It'd be so interesting how things go viral. I seen this on Twitter the other day. I'll never call it X. I'm always call it Twitter. And I seen this debate going around 100 men versus one gorilla. And I thought it was so silly because why would 100 men be fighting one gorilla? They saying to take 100 men to take out one gorilla, and everybody was thinking it was possible. But then I watched this thing get a life of its own and transfer to all the other social media platforms for the past few days. Y'all been talking about 100 men versus one gorilla. And can we talk about it? 100 men is not defeating one gorilla. If you ever seen a gorilla fight, gorillas could beat like 5, 6 people up at a time. So that's 5, 6 men, 6 to 10 men at a time. It can run through 100 men real quick. And what are these 100 men doing? Are they just throwing punches and kicks and regular stuff at the gorilla? It's not going to phase a gorilla. Now, if these 100 men got weapons of some sort, then that's a different equation. But if it's just 100 men fighting hand-to-hand combat versus the gorilla's going to win. All right. I know y'all all got your opinions on the scenario, but please tell me how you think 100 men with bare fists and regular feet is gonna fight a gorilla. What is they gonna do against it? They just gonna go jump the gorilla one by one and get beat up. They gonna put them paws on the gorilla. Ain't no man hitting hard enough to knock no gorilla out, even for the gorilla to feel anything. Y'all really done got me caught up in this silly debate. Really, this thing really got a life of its own and transferred everywhere online. It's been all over the place. I even heard it on the radio. You know, you hear stuff on the radio, it done been everywhere because the radio always get information last. So if you hear them talk about something on the radio that you've seen on the internet, it done went everywhere around the world. And 100 men is not beating no one gorilla. If you ever seen a gorilla in the wild, go watch Tarzan. Go watch Tarzan and how he couldn't beat the gorillas. Tarzan had to fight the gorilla bareback. He had to become a gorilla to defeat the gorilla, right? Unless it's Tarzan. Tarzan might be the only man that's able to beat a gorilla. And I don't like talking about Tarzan because he has very racist undertones. If you know the history of Tarzan and Edgar Rice Burroughs, the author of Tarzan, you know some things, all right, about racism. He fashioned Tarzan to be a black African, a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna get into it. We back to the 100 men versus one gorilla. What? Why? And then this is like that dress. Remember the dress? They couldn't tell if it was gold or blue. This is just like that. 100 men versus one gorilla. The gorilla gonna win. It might be Gorilla God. Again, these men gotta have some sort of weapon. They gotta be some sort of X-Men. It could be 100 X-Men versus one gorilla. The X-Men is going to win clearly because they got powers. If these men got some sort of powers or some weapons or some Tony Stark collection of stuff, then maybe. But 100 men just with bare knuckles fighting a gorilla, that's not going to happen. A gorilla's going to pound these men out. Go run through. You ever seen a gorilla charge? Gorilla, when they beat their chest and start charging? How is this going to happen? It's like 100 men versus an elephant. 100 men versus a bear. 100 men versus a rhino. All right, you need some sort of weapon, some sort of a spear or a sword, something with an S. Shoot, something. You're not fighting 100 men versus one gorilla. And y'all got this debate going around thinking that 100 men could do this, and they done gave every scenario of how 100 men could beat one gorilla, and none of them is given. And none of them is given. Because if you honestly think about it, how is these people beating a gorilla? What kind of scenario would it be that you fighting a gorilla? You ever seen that movie Congo? This is a movie where these explorers, they went to Africa to look for these diamonds, and they found these killer gorillas, and these gorillas was killing them all over the place. So again, how? If you go watch Congo, you know that 100 men is not beating one gorilla. Gorilla going crazy, a gorilla in full gorilla mode is crazy. I don't even think 100 men could beat a pack of chimpanzees. If you see the pack of chimpanzees, they wild. They wild. All right. Gorillas and monkeys are some crazy animals. We are not defeating no damn gorilla. Look at his arms compared to these regular humans. I made the AI. ChatGPT is getting real good at making pictures. Look what I made. A gorilla versus 100 men. And it really got 100 men in the picture. But can we talk about it? Follow, like, subscribe to The Corpy Show if you made it this far into the video. It's been a while. I had to take a little break. Break's over, though. Back to work. And I seen this and I said I have to talk about it. I have to talk about it because 100 men is not beating one gorilla. It's not even beating a female gorilla. It's not even beat. I don't think 100 men could beat a baby teenage gorilla. All right, you're gonna need Tarzan. You're gonna need somebody. Craven the Hunter. Again, what man? You gotta have some sort of superpower or something. You're not just beating a gorilla with no bare hands squaring up with the gorilla on the block. Imagine the gorilla run through your hood. You just gonna square up with the gorilla and throw hands and think you're gonna beat the gorilla? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like and subscribe to The Corpy Show. Can we talk about it?